Hello, Cynthia Ann Layton here. Gifts of acceptance. Part of life is accepting where we are. Sometimes life is unfair. Sometimes life's challenges are monumental. And yet, when we accept those as challenges, we dare to reach for the stars. And when we reach for the stars, life gets a little bit funny that way. When we reach for the stars, we tend to accomplish a lot, despite the bumps along the way. Good comes from whatever happens. When you dig for it, when you accept that whatever is, you can move beyond it. When you accept your situation, you can search for a way past it. When you accept your situation, I find you can grow into the person you want to be, despite your challenges. You can organize things in a way that reduces, say, stress. I mean, you're human, so yes, you have stress. And stress can be good, because you know what? The opposite, well, if you don't have stress, you'd be bored or apathetic or not doing anything. That's not cool. How much stress do you need? Well, that differs from person to person and from one phase of our life to another. Sometimes things that are stressful are those unfair things that happen. But you know, when something happens, we can choose how we respond. I choose to have responsibility for myself. I choose to hold myself accountable for becoming the me that I want to be, regardless of what's happening. Regardless if there's a big challenge that's unfair that not many people have to face. Regardless if it's 10 challenges that not many people have to face even one of them. I choose personal responsibility. And that helps me to accomplish things. It helps me to pick and choose. It's a process, but it's a process of acceptance. And it's not a one-time event. You can't just decide one day and suddenly I'm done. Unfortunately, a one-day adjustment isn't enough. It's a process. Accepting where you are, for me, is a process of daring to grow into the me that I want to be, despite what's happening. And it's my own personal challenge that I can make a difference in this world. I can take what I've lived through, I can take my successes and my failures and contribute to helping other people. For example, helping people to accept their situation and move on from it. Helping people to choose to act. Because you know what? No matter how small your action may seem, action does matter. For example, a tiny one. I have back and shoulder injuries, amongst other many things. But I lift weights 3 times a week for a few minutes daily. I have part of my foot removed and a whole lot of other issues with my foot. But I could go for at least a short walk on most days. My foot is participating by being a foot. Sometimes I'm able to do a whole bunch of little walks. Other days, my foot may be mysteriously doing well enough to go for a long walk. When it feels really stable, I go for a walk and then come back. When it's not so stable, or it has a history the past few days of not being so stable, I go for a walk on the track behind my church. It's a perfectly flat, circular, 2/10 of a mile at a time. I can decide, yes, I can go around one more time. I can decide, yes, this feels good. I can decide, okay, this doesn't feel so good, but I'm pretty sure I can make it around one more time. Oh, every now and then I've judged wrong and I've ended up having to sit down. Other times I've judged so wrongly that I've had to lay down for a while. But you know what? It keeps me going forward, daring to take that walk. I was in a wheelchair once upon a time, not for very long, but I could have got stuck there. Part of my foot was dead and dried up with a fancy name that basically meant lots of surgeries. But I endured those surgeries. But you know what? I walk. I went for a couple little walks today. I'm hoping to go for some more. Walking gives me a new balance to my day that wasn't there the 5 minutes before my walk. Walking gives me reserves. Walking gives me a chance to breathe deeply in the fresh air of the world. It gives me a chance to see the evergreen trees, to see the flowers, to see the leaves on the trees that have leaves. It gives me a chance to smile at people. I accept and I move on from there. I dare you to do that. I dare you to accept your situation and move on from there. To grow into the you that you can dare to imagine becoming. Thanks for listening. This is Cynthia Ann Layton, signing off. Hey, give me a thumbs up if you will. I appreciate it. Thanks.